She makes up to $55,000 a week with her thrifting side hustle. So let's check this out. Let's see. Cool perks of buying designer, more affordable, rare and unique styles. Sustainable and helps the environment. Better quality. Circular fashion, fast fashion. Supports small businesses. Okay. So one TikToker wasn't sure she'd make money with her side gig, but now makes up to $55,000 a week by thrifting. Sounds interesting. So Nika Yusei is an entrepreneur with her own business selling luxury vintage handbags online called Fascio Nika, I guess because of her name. However, while she's become more involved in what started out as an online side hustle, that's not how she began her career. She told CNBC that she used to be a digital marketing brand manager for a specialty pizza chain making $82,000 a year. And to be frank, $82,000 a year is really good for a lot of people. She decided to take her lifelong love of handbags and thrifting and combine them with her brand marketing savvy to sell eye candy in the form of vintage exclusive brand name handbags. Nika said she developed a talent for finding high-end purses at a fraction of their retail value from a young age. Over the years, she accumulated her own collection of purses, but she never thought she could profit from her bag obsession until her fiance suggested making a business out of it. In 2021, she took the bait, investing $15,000 on luxury purses she planned to sell on popular discount resale sites like Poshmark and Depop to make enough to keep it going, and since then, she hasn't looked back. After about 6 months, her side hustle proved to be so popular, she decided to launch on Shopify with her own website. And by the end of the year, she made $300,000 doing something she loved, all from her apartment, according to CNBC. She told the outlet investing $15,000 was scary and said, "I think it comes from growing up in a single parent household. I felt financially insecure." And look, that makes perfect sense. And the thing is, yeah, you definitely got to take some risk, but you also got to take like calculated risk. She now has 116,000 followers on TikTok and nearly 140,000 Instagram followers. Her bags typically sell out within seconds of posting them on her weekly social media bag drops. And she usually makes up to $55,000 per drop, which includes 20 to 30 bags. And Fashionica has brought in roughly $1 million in revenue since the start of 2022, according to documents reviewed by CNBC Make It. Now that's pretty cool, right? Because if she was able to provide like documents proving that she was able to do that, that's pretty cool. And the thing is, it does kind of make sense that she would be potentially able to actually generate that type of revenue, because if her like social media is like really focused on like designer bags kind of stuff, right? And she's able to sell or buy them for a little bit cheaper and then sell them for like, let's say that she's able to like buy a bag for $1,000 but end up basically being able to resell it for like 3,000 on her site, right? Then yeah, basically doing this sort of drop with like 20 to 30 bags and generating $55,000 in revenue, right, is understandable, especially with hundreds of thousands of followers. So the secret to success. She said the secret to growing a thriving side business is dedication. She worked 6 days a week, all leading up to her bag drops, but when she first started her hustle, she would work nights on her project after doing her day job. On a typical Monday, Nika told CNBC she decides which bags will be included in the upcoming drop. She spends hours photographing them for her Shopify website and social media accounts. On Tuesdays, she posts the photos and writes the product descriptions, and she warned that while she has been successful, there are pitfalls, telling CNBC, "This is not a stable job at all. If you don't even sell one bag, you made $0 this week." She said a viral video on TikTok that went viral helped her business really take off. Then she decided that she would do a weekly drop at 7 p.m. PT every Wednesday. She also said she would not pre-sell them, just drop them live. The vintage thrift bags range in price from $170 to nearly $19,000 each, dear lord, for high-end, hard-to-get brands like Hermes. That's a fraction of the original prices for some luxury bags, which can have six-figure price tags. Her drops have become so popular that she needed more help, so she brought on her mom and sister to lend a hand with shipments. The business is still based in her home, although Nika plans to move it to its own facility. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. I really like, one, that she was able to provide documents basically proving that she was able to make the money. And two is like, look, it's like, it makes perfect sense that she would be able to generate this type of stuff, okay? Like, it really will. Because that is 100,000 potential customers. That's 140,000 potential customers, potential like 116,000 potential customers. Like, that's a lot of people that could potentially buy her products. Like, think about it, right? She could easily make, $1 million a year by selling a $2,000 bag with a $1,000 profit margin from that, right? Like a 50% profit margin, 1,000 times in that year. That seems pretty reasonable if she has these many followers, right? Like, yeah, I could kind of see that actually happening. So feel free to give your thoughts. I thought this was like an interesting side hustle because it's something that I would have never really thought of. Now, like the whole thrifting thing isn't new. The whole reseller thing isn't new. But specifically with like luxury bags, that's an interesting concept. I know like there's like a really big reseller shoe industry. I know there's a really big reseller like, collector cars. But I definitely didn't really know that there was a really, really profitable reseller bag luxury market. Which, it kind of makes sense because, I mean, ladies tend to spend a lot of money on these sort of items, like these bags, makeup, etc. So it does kind of make sense that maybe the luxury brands that are really hard to get might be actually worth a really good amount of money, right? And some people, well, and here's the thing, right? Like a lot of people that do buy these items are like two types of people, right? You have people that have so much money that buying these bags is literally just like a status symbol and basically like, oh, my bag costs more than your bag. Oh, my brand is more prestigious than your bag, right? But the money aspect, like where it actually costs them something, won't actually affect them at all. And then you have the other type of people, right? The second type, where the people can't really afford the full price bag, but they are willing to do almost anything to get their hands on those bags because they love those bags, right? They look up to people who wear those bags. They want to be like their favorite celebrity or something that has that bag. Like, oh, I want to be like Kim Kardashian for whatever reason. Oh, I want to be like, I don't know what other female celebrity out there is. Right? I want to be like, I don't know, Cardi B or something. I don't know. Right? And have like this Gucci bag or something. Just so that I could be a part of that. I could feel like I'm a part of that. So you got like two like types of like customers. The ones that have basically massive amounts of money and don't really care, And then you have the other one that really do care and don't really have the money. And she kind of like fulfills basically the side of the market where they don't really make enough money to buy the bags from the store at MSRP, so they basically buy like pre-owned used bags on the cheap, because the reality is you probably can't really tell the difference between these types of bags and brand new versions of them. If you want to learn how to get a debt and master your money, feel free to go down below.